Hello everyone. All my dear students are welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College. So all my dear students, as you know, we are being doing EVS 1 lesson number 18, the environment and us. As you know, my dear students, we have already completed page number 89 in part 1, page number 90 in part 2. So today we will be covering the points from page number 91, the needs to maintain environmental balance and our needs and the environment. On page number 92, we will be highlighting on global efforts for protection of the environment and efforts to maintain biodiversity. So students, let's start with can you tell from page number 91. You see a food chain in the picture above. One of the links is missing. What effect will it have on the grasshopper, on the bird? What picture should there be in the blank space? If this living thing really died out, what would be threat to the entire living world? Discuss your answers. Students, we have already studied about the lesson which is called as food chain, right? There are several links in this chain. If the links were to separate from each other, could they be called a chain? Even though each link is a complete object, it is joined to the links before and after it. If any link comes loose, the chain is broken. We see the sun. What is missing is the grass. Then we see a worm or a grasshopper, and then we see a sparrow. That means they are all connected. Each of the components, that is sun, the grass, the worm, the grasshopper, the bird, this is the food for the next one. That is why we say that they form a chain. Such a chain is called a food chain. Each of these components is a link in a food chain. If someone really died out, there is. Now students, let's try and understand the need to maintain environmental balance. Due to human intervention in nature, large-scale changes are taking place in the air, water and land. Also, these non-living or abiotic components are getting polluted. As a result, the existence of living things is threatened. While several living things have already become extinct, if one factor of the environment is changed, its relationships with other factors also get affected, and environmental balance is disturbed. From time to time, some of the living things on the earth become extinct. But today, this process is taking place at a much faster rate. This is a threat for the whole living world. Now, what is the meaning of human intervention? Human interventions means it is the human's impact that the physical environment in many ways, for example, overpopulation, pollution, burning fossil fuels and deforestations. Changes like these have triggered climate change like soil erosion, poor air quality and undrinkable water. Now this is happening in a very large scale which is taking place in the air, in the water and on land. Also, these non-living or abiotic components are getting polluted. Now students, what is the meaning of abiotic factors or abiotic components? Abiotic factors are the non-living parts of an environment. This includes things such as sunlight, temperature, wind, water, soil, and naturally occurring events such as storms, fires, volcanic eruptions. Okay? These are also getting polluted because of the human intervention in nature. As a result, the existence of living things is threatened, while several living things have already become extinct. Now students, do you know what is the meaning of threatened? Threatened means they are warning us that now is the time that we have to save our environment and save our nature. Now, do you know, students, that several living things have already become extinct? Extinct means they are not alive, or even we can say that they are no longer in existence, means that they have died or they have ended out. Now, as we know, if any of the factors of the environment is damaged, its relationship, that means we have studied about the food chain, this also get affected and the whole environmental balance is disturbed. From time to time, some of the living things on the earth have become extinct, but today this process is taking place at a much faster rate. This is a threat for the whole living world too. Do you know, if the different types of plants and animals become extinct one by one, many of the links in the different food chains will be lost. Many scientists believe that this will affect the entire living world on the earth and the balance in nature will collapse. A threat to the entire living world. So, the chain should not be broken. This is the duty of each and every living being on the earth, that they are dependent on one upon another. Now, students, let's study about the next subtopic, that is our needs and the environment. Food, water, and clothes are the needs of all people. Besides than this, we also know education and health is also very, very important in our life. We use a lot of things to meet these needs. Besides, we use many means and devices for the purpose of studies, sports, hobbies, and entertainment. We even stock up these things so that they will be available to us whenever we need them. Students, what is the meaning of stock up? Stock up means we have to accumulate, or we even save up. We store them so that we can use them in the future also. All these things are obtained by using materials from our environment. All the people in the world have similar needs and desires. As a result, the environment is being degraded rapidly. Students, the degradation has adverse impacts on human, plants, animals, and microorganisms. So, what does actually degradation mean? Degradation means it is declination, it is degeneration, or even we can say that it is called as abasement. So, we need to protect our environment when and whenever it is possible. We need to be aware that we ourselves are a part of nature. If the balance of nature is disturbed, it will adversely affect human beings too. We need to take steps to prevent the degradation of the environment. The steps should mainly include using our means frugally and recycling used articles. Such measures should be practiced sincerely by each and every person. What happens when nature loses its balance? When nature loses its balance, insufficient food leads to starvation and unfortunately then death. This reduces the existence of some species. So, if the ecosystem is balanced, then such issues don't occur. Ecological balance also makes sure that the organisms and the environment are stable. Then who is responsible for the imbalance in nature? Yes, you are absolutely correct. Human activities have largely been responsible for disturbing balance of nature, bringing changes in the climatic conditions, thereby creating ecological imbalance. Pollution. Human activities have resulted in increased pollution of all natural resources like water, air, etc. Then, what causes imbalance in nature? Of course, pollution, whether it is air or water and soil. The degradation of natural resources such as soil erosion or deforestation or depletion of wildlife. then storage of energy, degradation of marine ecosystems, and depletion of mineral resources are the balance which are the causes for the imbalance in nature. Let us resolve, let us all ensure that no action on our part will cause pollution or cause harm to living things. Let us make all possible efforts for the conservation of the living world. What are the meaning of the three R's? The principle of reducing waste, recycling, and reusing. These are the sources and the products which is often called as three R's. Reducing means choosing to use the things with care to reduce the amount of waste generated. Reusing involves the repeated use of items or parts of items which still have usable aspects, and recycling means the use of waste itself as resources. Waste minimization can be achieved in an efficient way by focusing primarily on the first of the three R's, that is reduce, followed by reuse, and followed by recycle. Now students, let's start with the global efforts for the protection of the environment. Several projects are being implemented at the international level to maintain the balance in nature. It is important to raise the awareness of people all over the world about the threat to environmental balance. Many countries of the world are enacting laws that will help to prevent the pollution of air, water, and soil. How international conservation efforts can protect our environment. International efforts concerning environmental conservation relate to global warming, protection of the ozone layer, acid deposition, forest wildlife, marine environment, transboundary movement of the hazardous waste, desertification, and pollution problems in developing countries. Now, what is the government doing to protect the environment? They are addressing several issues, from setting limits on the certain air pollutants to enforcing clean water and safe drinking laws. Do you know, students, which country is the best at protecting the environment? Denmark. It is number one. So, what are the major environmental problems? One is biodiversity, second is water pollution, third is deforestation, fourth is pollution, and last is climatic changes. So, how can we protect the environment? We can together do by reducing the plastic usage, saving electricity, using solar power, and planting more number of trees in our surrounding. Doing this will not only save environment but also improve the quality of life for both animal and plant and save them from going extinct. I hope so, students, you have understood this much part of the lesson. In the next video, I will be uploading for the efforts to maintain biodiversity. Thank you, everyone.